I'm ready, go ahead.
So Kelly is at an orchestra concert, so we're gonna soldier on without her. First order of business is the approval of the minutes from the last meeting. Everybody have a chance to look those over?
Yes.
Any comments, questions, corrections? Anything to do with the minutes? So, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes. Is there a second?
Second. Josh, sorry, you're good.
Josh, do you have any problem with the minutes?
No.
Looking sharp, Josh.
Definitely don't. That's the right answer.
Cool. All right, so all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Minutes pass. Terrific. Our next order of business,
Two decisions, same.
2 decisions for 3180 Erie Boulevard. East, right?
Yep.
Is your E Boulevard E?
Yes, that is my eyes, see, that is your Boulevard East, yes.
So, everybody have a chance to read the decision? Anybody have any comments, questions, corrections, anything for the decision? If not, does someone want to make a motion to approve? Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, and all in favor of that is the first one, right?
This was the first one, this is approval of the variance to allow for building height. 8 feet 2 inches for a building height of 18 feet 4 inches.
Everybody in favor of approving the
Yes.
first decision? Any opposed? First decision is passed.
Second is parking, area variance of 12 spaces for a total of 64 spaces.
Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second, Joe.
Joe seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Both of them pass. That's all our old business.
Yep.
Our new business is a monument sign for Dunkin' Donuts. So, I think you usually say something at the beginning of the seeker.
Yeah, I will. There's no one here besides you, Colton. Do you agree to waive reading of this notice?
Yes.
Thank you. Giving me some breath. And yes, before we get started, the town is declaring lead agency for purposes of seeker. This is an unlisted action for commercial area variance, and there are no negative environmental impacts associated with this proposed action.
And you're looking for two things, right? You want a taller sign?
So variance for the existing sign, yeah, so I believe it was, I forget the exact dimensions.
I've got it right here. This is an existing sign, right? This is as it is right now,
Yes.
so. This first one is an area variance of 2 feet 2 inches for a monument sign of 8 feet 2 inches, where the code says 6 feet max. And secondly is the sign panel, 16.1 square foot variance for a sign panel that's 36.1 square. Where the code says you can't exceed 20 square feet. And it looks like.
Yeah.
That.
So the floor is all yours. What would you like to tell us?
So I guess I'm coming at this from the angle of this has been an existing sign for, I believe it was 24 years, there's been no issues. All we're proposing to do is reskin the existing sign. And I guess that's pretty much, that sums up my point.
Reskin being the new Dunkin' logo there?
Yeah, yep, and the text height. Or the address below. So it's
So
just,
what's a recommendation from the board? Have you seen that?
Can we pull that up, Julie, please?
Have you already seen that?
I'm gonna say I do not remember.
Planning board recommended 1 out of 2. They did not recommend the height. As they say that this goes against the variance dated September 17th, 2001. But they do say the size of the panel is okay.
So we're not, we don't have to accept that recommendation?
Correct.
So we're making an independent decision,
Yes,
but if you could, I assume you disagree with that, and I want to give you a chance to.
Make your case.
yeah, I mean, again, it's been an existing sign since 2001, there's been no issues, I don't really know what other thing, other than
Would you live with one out of two? I mean, do you need the height?
So I guess between the two, the height is kind of the more important one. Because there is really no way to take down the height of the structure without having to rebuild the entire.
We have a recommendation, but something about the ease of making it short. You wanna speak to that? Is it easy to make it from 8 feet 2 inches to 6 feet?
I would say no.
What would you have to do so?
We would have to take, but we would demolish the entire sign, rebuild both columns. It would be, there is no quick and easy fix for that. It would be either redo the entire structure or leave it as is.
So the brick piers would have to come down in their entirety or?
Well, yeah, so it's what, concrete precast cap,
It's brick.
right, the cap is precast, right, so you could probably pop that off with a little chiseling. And then it's probably got a block interior with a brick facade, I would assume, right?
I would imagine so.
Maybe it's grouted, in which case that's a little bit more work, but I mean. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to pull that cap off and
I mean,
qualified mason to take a couple courses of brick off.
yeah, I mean, you could sock a mortar joint horizontally and take it off.
Sign still fit, because we're gonna give, if we're giving the bigger sign.
Yeah,
that
Well, it
don't
could be
fit.
lower, I mean,
it'd be, so the question is, what could we live with? Is there any negotiation about the height? Could we,
well, if we're gonna make them do it, we might as well bring it all the way into conformance, because.
so how much is it?
At the end of the day, if a mason's there having to lower it a foot, which I personally think they could do,
8 foot 2?
they might as well lower it.
It's 8 feet 2 now. Since 2001, it's been 8 feet 2.
I think the bigger issue is you lower the sign so that the top is within conformance, because it is a bigger sign, the bottom is like practically a snow line right now,
So what is
so that's
the,
unfortunate.
I'm trying to figure out. So they're saying,
Yeah, what is their reason? Are they?
They're saying basically that they don't wanna set a precedent by recommending something
Okay.
above what the ZBA has already granted. Of course, it's not really up to the planning board, it's up to the ZBA to determine if they wanna give a bigger variance or not than they've already given. And, you know, he's saying that. It's been this way.
what's our, is it, do we have, I'm sure we run across this is where we had a non-conforming feature before, have we made them?
I don't recall cases like this. Can't recall.
Doors.
I was gonna, I guess, like so I've been to countless, or I think 4 or 5 planning board
Seems kind of.
things, and their sticking point. From what I have gathered was that. They feel that they sort of dropped the ball with not making it. With not regulating it to come into conformance, and that like now at this point, it was kind of split. The decision between, can we let this slide because we didn't enforce it at a previous date when they switched the regulations to make everything come into conformance? And do we slap the wrist now, or do we take it on the chin saying, we missed this one? This is, again, it's been like this for 20 plus years.
2001, they could have said, they could have went out there and said, hey, you do this right.
But it
We gotta
was,
bring it down, but no.
it was a Duncan then though, right? It was a Duncan then,
The only thing that brought this to
Oh, that's
the
right.
planning board's attention is, and we don't usually go out and try to just make people take their signs down. It's, it was in for site plan for some other site work.
They spotted it.
right, but I think a pretty critical point is the difference between being a new occupant who's now dealing with an existing non-conforming
No, it's the
issue.
same.
Yeah.
Right, and that's my thing is like, sure, unless it's under new ownership, which very well may be, but even still,
I have no idea. For
yeah.
that front.
I think what I'm saying is I would be more sympathetic if it were a new owner versus.
They
Yeah,
had inherited the.
right,
That's right, yeah.
they didn't inherit it, you know, may not have been the same individual person who exceeded their, you know, the code before, but.
I mean, I think a 6 foot tall pylon is pretty tall. I mean, that's substantial. I know you've got vegetation in front of it, but
That's, if it is compliant, it's 8.2 now,
yeah, I know, that's very tall.
that's what I mean, that's pretty
That's-
significant.
That's like almost a story tall.
Yeah, and I mean, you also have to consider what the other builders are like in the area, and I don't think anyone else. There are other commercial enterprises on the street and they're in the race to tall with their monument signs, right? So this would be, inconsistent, right? Am I wrong about that?
It's inconsistent now, that people drive by. I don't think that. They'll say, oh, this is out of place. I mean, I don't think anyone's ever complained about this. I've never heard of someone say that sign is tall. Everyone says that you go to Dunkin' to get coffee or you don't. I mean, that's the extent that I've heard.
Right, but if Verizon down the street says, I wanna go for the sign, or the McDonald's down the street says, I want the sign.
And now it's 26. Yeah, that's tall.
65 feet.
We can't do.
On the fire district mapping, and see your records and circle.
Yeah.
Over.
No, well, is there, you know, is it substantial?
I guess, so
Yeah, no, I.
to that point,
Is there an
everywhere
average?
else, but you're right.
No. I mean, it's six.
But the planning board would not regulate some recommendation.
That's what I'm
Don't
not
know.
very happy about. That was unnecessary. What are we looking at?
That is the current sign.
That's the current one?
Right, yeah.
Small.
Is that the same size as the current one or the new?
Yes, that-
That's 8 feet 2 inches?
That-
They'd be too much.
Just they do too. And the signs of the same size or larger?
That is,
It's
Same
what's
size.
gonna look like with a new Dunkin'
Oh,
panel.
okay.
yeah, so
Feel like
all we're
that's-
proposing to do is take the existing, I guess, skin of the sign and just make it the newly proposed one that's on the.
It's not gonna say donuts anymore, it's just gonna
Right,
say
just
Dunkin'.
Dunkin'.
Even if it's-
McDonald's is much shorter.
And we made.
Yeah.
Mention to the address as well.
I hear ya. It looks clean.
Thank you.
I think, you know, to Jamie's point,
If
it's,
if I was gonna be offended by them not upholding a variance, should be offended. No, not quite.
Yeah.
This board gave it 25 years ago. No one ever followed up after that. Said anything, right? Like our planning, we're catching it in a review to be here, and now they've sent a negative
They
recommendation.
said no this time and they're still
You know.
not, still.
You know, so it came out of nowhere.
What were you gonna say?
just the matter of precedence,
There's-
that's the challenge, because to Jamie's point, Verizon wants to build 1 feet, if somebody else wants to, that's where it's tricky.
They would have asked the last 25 years. So,
They've all got
If somebody
signs like
new, if somebody new wants to go build a new sign. And they say, oh, well, our neighbor has it 8 foot. Can't see ours, 'cause it's, you know,
I'm thinking it does make a difference safety wise. Does anyone else feel like? You need an 8 foot sign because someone's gonna miss the Dunkin' or try.
Well, like McDonald's on the opposite corner doesn't have one, it's maybe 5 feet tall. In totality, so I don't think. So just bring it in conformance with the original variance. That's all
That's what the
the
plan,
planning board
Planning board's
recommending.
they're recommending that you deny it and make it
especially
make it shorter.
2 feet. Like, does anyone disagree with them changing the sign? Cause I think
No, that's fine.
we don't have an issue with the
I
sign
don't think so.
square footage. It's just. We issued a decision about height. It didn't, for whatever reason, didn't get complied with. Now they came back to us. Do we go back to our original decision about height?
I think we do. Honestly.
The past board's decision, board 25 years ago. made
Yeah.
the decision. So this board could.
I could go
Yeah.
either way. I mean, I could go either way. On the one hand, I could be like, it's already there, but
Isn't it a
Doesn't
little
bother me.
weirder?
It seems like it's
Shorter?
really high.
It looks reasonable to me. I think panel shorter might look weird. If it's, that big panel is closer to the ground.
well, it's because it's an especially big panel, I mean,
Yeah.
it's. I don't know, I think it's a little bit hard to appreciate the scale in that view, because it's a bit.
There's no scale, that's.
It certainly doesn't look like a much.
Well, you're not- But it's not relative to another sign, if you
Right.
picked it up and put it next to another one, you probably would look at the monstrosity.
Yeah.
I mean, 8 foot is a pretty darn significant. You know, brick column.
I mean, it,
I wish I knew why in 2001 they said what they said.
6 feet,
Yeah, why they said you could have 1 foot but not 2 feet, or they said.
Just pull that.
It was a. The variance for
the variance was to make it 6 feet at the time, because
It's also mentioned, tells a
It's
different
signed
code,
code.
a whole different code.
Yeah, but right now, 6 feet is the max.
I think it's important to know that this, in two thousand one, we had a whole different code, guys. This is a
6
new
feet.
code.
Install it, probably just a mistake in the.
It may have been a variance for 6 feet from whatever this restrictions were back then. I mean, this is
Right.
based on a whole new code,
That's a good
so
point.
this variance is not even done on our code. It's been so long that we have promulgated an entire new zoning code into our town.
Right.
But they haven't come and asked for a variance on that.
Our
So
code
I
right
think it's
now.
feasible for this board to say,
is 6
hey,
feet.
we have a new code now. Can we give them 2 feet variance on this code?
Hmm.
I don't think this board should be insulted. I think they're coming in and asking.
I'm. I can see both ways, so I don't know.
Your equipoise is the word.
The criteria may help you come to a
Okay.
determination. If you want to evaluate it next to the criteria, evaluate that sign staying as it is, bad for 25 years against criteria. What does that tell you?
I think for me, a big part of it is. Well, one, it was the same owner, that's a big contributor for me, but then two, I mean, I'm afraid, I am not of the opinion that you would need to knock these down and build it again. I think this is for a qualified mason, a day of work, remove the cap,
Yeah, I don't,
I mean,
with all due respect, I think it can be done, so.
remove, what is it, 8 courses of brick, if that, it'll back up. I mean, I don't know the other context of the larger work here, but like compared to the investment that is being made in the space, it's likely not all that, you know, big a cost factor or an inconvenience factor to bring it into conformance. I mean, again, I'm sympathetic, yeah, it's been there for 25 years, but it is in terms of establishing precedent, just how we often have to review these. I think that it's not worth, I think that amount of work is worth having it be in conformance for the sake of precedent.
Given a lot of side variances, it's a ton of side variances,
Do we think safety is a legitimate concern of?
endless side variances.
What's the grade? Can you pull that map up again? I'm curious about the grade. I think I could be sold if it's down a hill,
So we're
you
here.
know,
See
It
it.
is down.
Here's what we're gonna do.
in which case it's a little, well, not according to this view,
Josh, this is looking into the carrier
It's
circle.
going up from carry circles lower than the throughway.
Is safety, like the idea that you want people to know where they're going and identify where the driveway is, or is safety like this big sign could block someone's view? That's a good view right there. I mean, that's
I mean, it's good because you're right off of the turn, off of carry circle.
super busy, super fast.
And yeah, people are not. It does help people quickly orient themselves to its location.
It's right in the driver's window. If you look over from the driver's window, you're looking right at the sign, right? It's not like it's above, way above the car. No, it's causing a problem.
No,
Certainly not having an adverse effect on anything, right? It's not having an adverse impact on
no
anything.
one noticed it.
No one even knows until the planning board decided to dig it up. I mean, this was created by us.
I agree completely, I think precedence is of importance, but I could go either way too.
What if we put in some sort of conditions about it has to report back periodically that they're in conformance, so we don't get like a 10-foot sign in 5 years or something.
Just
More beat, yeah. I mean, some of the precedent could be that, you know, when the mistake is discovered, they come back, they come to the board and ask for variance.
If they made a mistake on this sign and they made it 10 feet, we'd say, hey, that's not what we approved, and we'd go and probably do
Oh,
something.
we don't do that last time.
In 2001, we didn't do that when there was, who knows what was going on there. I was 11 years old.
Mhm.
Almost my whole life that time.
It has been the entirety of my.
Anyone else have any strong feelings, one way or the other?
Should we go through the criteria?
Yeah. There's a motion to,
Any motions?
let's do the square footage first, because I think everybody agrees.
Yes.
All right,
First is square footage. That is an area variance of 16.1 feet to allow for a panel, the Duncan part, which is 36.1 square feet size. there a motion for the panel?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Second.
To approve panel that,
Right, so it's undesirable change. I think the answer is no, right, because it's been there for 25
I'll go
years.
through it right now. I'll go through it. First criteria. Will there be an undesirable change produced in the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties created by granting this variance?
No.
Is there some other benefit or is there some other method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance?
I think we say yes, but they'd have to. They'd have to knock off part of the,
They would have to reduce the sign down to
Right.
6 feet.
reduce the size of the current structure.
The requested variance is substantial.
I think 2 feet.
Yes.
Yeah.
But not substantial from where it currently is.
Okay, we're doing the size, so it's.
This, the square foot.
It's been that high, it's been 36.1.
Oh, well, it has been,
It's
okay.
not an increase in any way, shape or form from what
It
it
took
currently
beyond,
is,
but-
it's the exact same
But
thing.
we never,
But we're not comparing it against what it is now, we're comparing it against the code.
but code is 20,
It's 16 square
16
feet.
feet is significant.
Well, actually, we're not even doing that, we're,
They had a variance also.
Yeah, their
for
2001
that one,
variance.
31.8.
Okay,
that they can call the field.
Oh, so
change
their
there.
variance that they got is only 5 square feet or less than 5 square feet. Less than what it is now, is that correct? They approved 31 point something and now it's 36.1.
4.3.
So is that 5 feet substantial?
no. I guess
5 square feet?
Yeah.
From the previous variance granted, I guess that's a good way of looking at it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Did you read?
Yeah, so I can put that.
Will there be an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in a neighborhood or district?
It maintains the existing level of safety, so. One person,
It's self-created,
yes.
Yes.
that one, so, wow. I've got a motion by James, second by Josh to approve an area variance of 16.1 square feet for a panel that is 36.1 square feet in size. Call for a vote, member Della Posta,
Yes.
member Perrin,
Yes.
member Trevette,
Yes.
member Warbeck,
Yes.
Chairperson Cornfeld.
Yes,
5-0 passes. Any motions on the sign height?
I think, so I've come around, well, I still stand by everything I've said to date, but since I think I'm in the minority here, I think Jamie's point about the location of the sign is especially relevant, given that it's right off of Carrier Circle. Traffic's going pretty quickly and it's right after a driveway, so somebody else said something about it being above like a car. I think for, wayfinding, it is actually advantageous for it to be a little higher, given the busyness of that location. There's also, I think at the hotel or whatever inn this is, that sign is actually partially obstructed by bushes when you would be
At
getting,
the end?
coming off of Carrier Circle north on Thompson.
Right.
So it's not just their bushes in front of it, but there are other, there's a tree, there's another sign, there's a driveway, there's a speed limit sign. So,
I do see those bushes, if it was 6 feet, it might be half under those bushes, right?
right, that's why I'm saying that I think that it is advantageous for it to be the height it is.
You would want it 6 feet from obstructions on that neighboring property, so.
I just don't think that it's always been this way is a good way for us to make decisions, that's all.
No,
something in the decision, the planning board recommending something different. And being conscious of the fact that grants was not last time.
the zoning board recognizes,
Yeah.
So we recognize the planning board recommendation.
And recognize that previous variance requests have been granted and not filed.
So it's this variance is,
And
but
not-
the criteria points to,
Right,
Right away,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna deny it because of that, but we're
I
not,
write that though,
we're also aware of that and it impacts our understanding.
previous variances were not followed back in 2001, obviously.
I don't know if it's necessary to add this, but in thinking about the width of the road, Thompson Road, it's got a fairly broad shoulder and basically 3 lanes, because there's a turning lane and 2 lanes. There's a lot of width of road to clear of snow, the banks could be high on the sides, so, I think. If you're turning the corner, the sign being up higher, particularly in the winter, might be a benefit.
Yeah, I think those circumstances to me are more important even than what happened 25 years ago. Whether we did the right thing, the wrong thing, it's entirely different people.
When you're making a justification, it's been that way. Actually, pretty substantial justification.
Right, that's what I would prefer to emphasize personally, is these. Like, whether it was, this was a brand new case, I think that these arguments can stand on their own, the geography, the topography, the adjacent property. If it was a new sign and they wanted to make it for 8 foot for all of those reasons, I can say, okay, it makes
We'd
sense.
like to consider it.
Takes that, is there a motion? Jamie to approve, second? Second by Josh. Approve, start with B, 2 inches. Let's go through the criteria. Would there be an undesirable change produced in the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties created?
No, it's been there for 25.
Some other method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than a variance?
No,
We got that sign height, no.
I think we do say the next one, it's substantial.
It's the request substantial, 2 feet 2 inches, we'll say?
Yeah.
yes,
2 feet 2 inches. Is substantial change. For an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district.
I'm gonna say no.
No, but we are mindful of the recommendation for it. And the fact that the applicant follow previous request. Nevertheless,
We think there's compelling reasons to.
yes,
You grant the variance. Okay, self-created,
Yes,
okay, motion. By Jamie, second by Josh to approve, all for a vote, member Della Posta,
yes,
member Perrin,
Yes.
member Trevette,
yes.
Warbeck,
Yes.
Chairperson Cornfeld,
yes.
passes 5-0, congrats, Colton.
Thank you very
Have a
much.
great night.
Yeah,
See ya.
take care. So I guess my next question, what's the process after this?
We'll get a permit.
Now you come back to planning.
Okay, planning board meeting and approval, or is
Yeah.
there a fast track way?
We gotta go to a meeting,
Okay.
probably like John for January, that's our next meeting. But,
Okay.
if you wanna touch base with her.
Yeah, yep, I'll be back tomorrow with all the necessary things.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to work right now.
What's left to
Majority of
approve?
the application.
Just the signs?
Oh, because we split it off into the two
Yeah.
projects, as this was the
Yeah.
previous system. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Oh, great.
Thank
Thank you guys.
you.
Take care.
Anything else?
Just briefly go into executive session, very briefly. Got a motion? Go into
I'll-
executive session by Jamie. Second by Dan,
Yes.
all in favor?
Aye.
Oh, staying motion carried, we can cut that Zoom, Julie. Yep. Not 10 times, speaking for very long.
Are we pausing or stopping?
Pause, you can there now. We have a motion to exit executive session.
We're still muted, does that need to be?
Oh, mute. We have a motion to exit executive session. By Joe, second by Max, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion's carried, and okay, motion to adjourn this meeting. Go home. Adjourn, a motion by everyone, for